Oh, I should also mention this is from, oh, where are we? This is like from 3 weeks ago when the Eugenia stuff started going down. This was the catch up video that I was going to be doing. Let me see. I have dates. So this is the 5th of May, her vlog. So she's still talking about the cellulitis. I mean, in case anybody who didn't follow Amber didn't know, she managed to get cellulitis from walking through a puddle. And that's where we're up to. Oh no, you can't hear her. Is anybody else struggling with that? Why can you not hear her? This is not correct. It says it's playing. Technical difficulties. Thank you, Ingrid. Hang on. I think I found it. Tell me if this works.
Filming was hard for me, but I did it because I was like, I'm not gonna like
Can you hear
not
this?
do it because this is my schedule and I genuinely have been enjoying it, and I know a lot of you have as well. But you guys have also been able to tell that I have not been feeling the greatest, and
I'm a silly. Thank you so much. You missed her talking about cellulitis. Let's just continue. I'm not going back. I am sorry.
It sucks because when that's something that's super hyper focused in my life right now is me just trying to get better, that is very much what my vlog is going to consist of. So I feel like my last vlog definitely sucked, and I'm very sorry for that. But I wanted to start off this vlog with us listing off things that we are thankful for or grateful for, or things that just like make us happy in our life, or things that we find beautiful in life, or things that make us want to like be alive and stay alive. And yeah, I'm gonna do it on my little MacBook here. So I want.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. And this is an old vlog, which, if you follow Amber, you probably are aware of this. So this gratification exercise, I have seen this, and we might skip ahead a little bit because we start to get that like airy fairy kind of how do you describe it? She gets this tone where she's just like so happy to be alive, and she even says, sometimes I genuinely like being a human. But the thing is about gratitude exercises is that the way she's doing it is probably not the most effective way. So I actually do this in my own life, and I've talked about my little diary that I keep with my my activities that I need to do through the day and things like that. But I also do a little gratitude section, and this is a cool exercise, by the way. If you wanted to incorporate it into your life, it does legitimately start to restructure how you view the world. And that is, okay, you sit down with a notebook or whatever and write out as many things as you can possibly think of that you are grateful for in your life. And once that list is complete, once you really can't think of anything more, the next part of the exercise is every day you have to write down one thing that you're grateful for that happened that day. But It cannot be anything that you wrote down on that list, nor can it be anything that you've written on previous days. So it starts to get you thinking like, sorry, I have to keep muting for clearing my throat. I have a bit of a frog in my throat. So it does rewire you to start looking for things. And when you start looking for things to be grateful for in the day, you start to realize how much there actually is. And I have been doing this exercise now for 2.5 years, and I'm still finding new things in the day to be grateful for. It's a cool activity, but let's skip Amber ahead a little bit because she gets a little insufferable in this period of the video.
Do it in your brain, get some paper out.
Hello, Foof. Is that like floof but without the L? Hello. Nice to see you here.
Do it on your phone, say it out loud. It does not matter.
Are you serious? It's not going to let me skip forward. Why?
I'm grateful for.
No,
right now,
we're going to see Amber's gratefulness.
Yeah, babies, always there, my everything. I also want to do. My second one is the people in my life, whether that be friends, my mom, etc., etc. I also want to put YouTube because whether it be me creating content or watching content, it has been a constant for me for like 13 years. And I just love YouTube so much for so many different reasons. My fourth one is literally being alive. I am so grateful to be able to breathe and to exist and to have a home. Fuck, my fifth one is gonna be have a roof over my head. Having a roof over my head. Like, I feel like genuinely in like this headspace that I'm in right now, I could probably list 100 things. I feel like those 5 things I list a lot. Now I want to do 5 things that I don't list as much, like just like the little things in life. The sound of rain. It has been storming lately, and normally I'm scared because of tornadoes and stuff, but it's been calming for me. Music. That's not even a little thing, but music. I love music so much. Clean sheets. Do not get me started. Tell me showering and then getting into bed with clean sheets. It is literally the best feeling in the world.
I mean, I do agree with that. That is one of my most favorite things, particularly if you've just like shaved your legs, yes. But like, why does it always sound like a very insincere flex whenever Amber talks about this kind of thing? Why is that?
I'm gonna put Lego, folks. And this isn't something I'm like grateful for, but it's something that I like or that I enjoy, is that little tiny like blimp of like happiness that you get, like that excitement where you just get like a rush of excitement in your body that literally just comes out of nowhere. I love that. Sometimes I genuinely love just being a human. I'm gonna type that.
And it's just so it's like this wistful thing that she gets. And I know that I've talked about this before. I think that this is Amber experiencing a high in life. She's feeling good. Maybe something happened that's boosted her feel-good hormones in her head, and she's really rolling with this sensation. But the problem is, there is always a crash that follows this, and it's always a very hard crash. And she's just so at the behest of her own feelings and how she's feeling in that moment, without kind of any regard that these feelings, they move and flow with life, and we don't need to necessarily adjust all of our actions to accommodate these feelings. You know, like sometimes it's like you walk out and you're in a really good mood and you're feeling motivated, and that's great, and you take hold of that day and that's awesome. But sometimes, and let's be honest, the older you get, a lot more of the time, you might be tired, you might be, would rather curl up with a good book, or, you don't really feel like doing what you need to do in the day, but you kind of just do the day anyway, just knowing that, well, I'm just not going to feel great doing this today. You don't need to restructure your entire being based on the mood that you're feeling in any given moment, if that makes sense.
Blimp of excitement, or is it called a blip? I genuinely believe in like positive affirmations. Like the more you put out there, the more you're gonna receive. And the more you put out there, like literally the more you're gonna feel. Like every single day, talking about the things that make you happy and the things that make you feel grateful, like it rewires your brain to focus on those things more.
So I think we're hearing a little bit of therapy regurgitation, but I just wanted to pause her there because I am at 4,998 subscribers. Two to go. Two to go. I don't know what it is about 5,000 subscribers sounds really serious. I don't know. That's just me. Oh, hello, April. A new subscriber. I'm so glad you found me too. 5K is a lot. Well, I think so. I remember when, there was a good few weeks there where I was just screaming into the void and nobody was watching my videos except for my husband. He thinks I'm cool.
Instead of like the negatives and like the stresses of everyday life. Hello. So it is the next day. So when I went grocery shopping last, my mom saw Dr. Pepper Zero blackberry. It was $10 for like a pack of 12. So I was like, Mom, I'll buy it for you. And then so she offered me a couple. So, all right, we're gonna try it. I love anything Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper, regular Dr. Pepper Zero, Dr. Pepper Cherry, Dr. Pepper Vanilla, like love it all. So blackberry, let's see. Ugh, it smells like I'm really sick and I need to take NyQuil. This literally smells like NyQuil. All right, let's go.
So I've had this rant, I think a few times with Amber. I don't love that she's drinking so many soft drinks because have you ever heard, when you're trying to lose weight or when you're trying to manage a medical situation, which she is, they say drink fluids, water is best, maybe juice second. And the reason for that is there's actually sodium in these carbonated beverages, even in there's no sugar, but even in the diet ones, there's sodium, which is going to flare up her situation even worse than it is. And also, because it's carbonated, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but it tends to give you the illusion that you've consumed more fluids than you actually have, and it's like it creates a false sense of fullness. So if you're drinking soft drinks, you're much more likely to dehydrate yourself than to actually be doing the required hydration, because 2 liters in soft drink, or in Amber's case, she probably needs more like 3 or 4 liters of fluid. It's a lot of soft drink to drink in a day. Hi, Lorelei. Hello. Thank you for being here.
What? Oh, no. That tastes like medicine. It's genuinely like a mixture of medicine and a mixture of like an alcoholic drink that's like flavored. I don't like this.
I don't like this, so takes another sip. As a huge fan of sparkling water, the carbonation false sense is real. Yes, it is. I have to confess, I really don't like sparkling water. I think it has a very strange taste. I'm not a fan. You recently discovered my channel. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you found it.
Yeah, this is not the greatest to me. I feel like
Okay. Sorry to keep pausing her. That little noise, hate with a passion. But here's what I've discovered. It's gross when Amber does it, in my mind at least. Hello, Teresa. But it's heckin' cute when my chickens do it. And I don't know if you've ever seen like a chicken or a bird drink, but they kind of dip their beak into the water and then push their heads back and go. It's adorable. It is so cute. So from now on, I have footage. Chickens not on a live stream. My computer cannot handle this, but in videos, chickens will be overlaid for your viewing pleasure. Yes.
Maybe if there was some vanilla in here, but even then, I don't think so. My mom has already tried hers and she likes it. So don't always trust my word over here. All right, you guys, next day it is time for my weekly Amazon haul. So this box came wear and tear, I'll tell you that. I heard of these Built Puff bars. They're collagen protein bars, and I heard that they're super good. I don't like the taste of like whey protein. So most protein bars are not good, but I heard that even people who don't like protein bars, they love these. So I was like, I gotta try them. So
Lorelei, you've always wanted a chicken. Yeah, chickens are great. I particularly roosters, and I know that a lot of people don't know this about roosters because they have such a bad reputation. They are every bit as good as a dog. They like cuddles, they like companionship. I've got a boy who, as soon as I sit down, he is immediately in my lap when I go into his coop, and they're just I don't get me started talking about chickens because the entire stream will become chickens. Yeah. April, you can listen to your cats drink water, but yeah, it's cute when animals do it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk about protein bars. So for I think people think about, when they see my 600-pound life or whatever. Hello, Iron Chef. Hello, I see you there. They hear high protein, low carb diets, and then they think, oh, well, protein bars would be great. But like for Amber's situation, this is not a good idea. And I think it's not a good idea for a couple of reasons, because they are usually quite high in sugars. I mean, they're essentially a candy bar at this point. And although the protein going in is good, protein gotten from other sources would be better. But also, because we're dealing with I have to restructure my words because YouTube did not appreciate my euphemisms for these conditions, right? These types of conditions, like Eugenia, but completely opposite, yeah? Okay. It feeds almost like the intensity craving and perpetuates the cycle. Even though it's not actually a candy bar, it essentially continues that in the brain, if that makes sense. Hi, Crystal, you're a new subscriber. Oh, thank you so much. I haven't done a lot of live streams, though I do intend to make them fairly regular from now on. I was waiting to hit 1,000 subscribers because they throttle the viewing before that amount and doesn't make it available to mobile viewers. So that happened, but it all happened at once, didn't it? E followed by the letter D, indeed. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Thank you, Ingrid.
this box comes with 7 coconut and 7 brownie batter, so can't wait to try those in a vlog for you guys. So as you guys know, I am trying to drink more water, and I've noticed I've been using a lot of plastic because I drink water bottles because I'm afraid to sink water. I feel like it's contaminated, even if it's filtered. I know it's just my contamination OCD, so please ignore that. It's something I have to deal with, not you, and it's really annoying, trust me.
I actually wanted to ask, do I have any American nuggets in the chat at the moment? Because I have observed it does seem like from the people that I watch that Americans do seem to lean towards bottled water before tap water or like filtered water from the tap. Viewing from America? Cool. Is that a thing? Like, is it that there is a sense that the tap water is not safe to drink, or is it just a convenience thing, or what's going on? I want to know the psychology, please, if you could inform me. USA. Oh, good. There's lots of American nuggets. I'm so glad. Tap water is nasty in most places. Definitely not the cleanest. You're scared of tap water too. And you do drink tap water. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Apparently, apparently our Australian standards for tap water are not as high as American ones. So I don't know what that says about Australians consuming tap water. Yeah. So I'm rural and I'm on bore water, which is, much nicer. It still gets filtered and everything, but it's a natural source, which is better. But I mean, I do think it's good if Amber can set up a thing where she's able to filter it at home. It's better for the environment and it's more convenient. All that jazz. You're in the UK and you prefer bottled water, even though tap water is perfectly safe. Okay, cool, interesting. Oh, April, that's interesting. So there's not strong regulations on corporations dumping or leaking chemicals. Yeah, that's horrifying. Yeah, very, very interesting. Thank you for illuminating me on that topic. I appreciate it.
And so I used to have a water dispenser, like the big 5-gallon water dispenser type deal, like years ago. But during all my moving and all that, I actually got rid of it. And I was like, should I get another one or not? As I was doing research, I saw this guy. You still get to get your 5-gallon water bottle, but you put this water dispenser, it's like an automatic water dispenser on top of it. Like, yeah, it's not gonna be cold water because most 5-gallon thingy-majiggers can't fit in refrigerators, but girl, I have ice, so I'm good. So this is gonna help me continue drinking more water, but using less plastic. Whenever I'm at the grocery store.
You wish you could afford full filtration, Crystal. If you've watched my videos, you know that I am a frugal mother clucker. We just have the little, bench top thing that you fill from the tap, and it's like in a jug. Nothing fancy over here. Yeah, I think here it's just there's a lot of additives. I actually noticed because I used to live in a city and it would dry out my hair very badly. And I thought, because the length of hair that you can grow is largely genetic. And I just thought I couldn't really grow it too far past my shoulders. When I moved rural and got onto bore water, my hair is a good like 4 or 5 inches longer than it was living in a city. So do with that what you will.
I don't always forget to get Dawn. So I got some Dawn. This is my favorite one. And then last but not least, in one of my last vlogs, I got this Kashima foundation brush. And I love it, by the way. So I also got the blush one because usually I just put my blush on with my fingers. So I was like, I need a brush. All right, you guys, so this stuff is not packed away the way it should be packed away. I'm actually gonna be putting it in smaller boxes because I don't think anyone would be able to pick this up. But months ago, something inside of me was telling me, Amberlynn, you need to buy new kitchen stuff. So I said, okay. Plus it's
Yeah, because if our brain says it, then we must do the thing. I'm so sorry, my nuggets, by the way. I really want to skip this rubbish, but the software I'm using doesn't seem to want to let me skip. So I will look into something like a different way of doing this next time. I apologize. Miss Doss the boss. Hey, better late than never. Do not apologize. I'm so glad you're here. Greta, hello. You're in New Zealand. Hello. And you really resent the idea of paying for water. Yeah. Yeah, you've got super hard water. Yeah, I agree. Teresa, no, not everyone could grow their hair to whatever length. It is largely, I mean, outside of some environmental factors, it's just the rate at which your hair dies off, basically, dictates the length. So if it dies off faster, it's got a shorter life. You have shorter hair. If it is able to have a longer life, you get longer hair. It's definitely better in the country. Yes, it is. There's a lot of good things about being in the country. She does not need more kitchen stuff. Miss Doss, the boss, may I call you the boss? I'm about to have a rant about that. Teresa, is bottled water expensive? I think it is, but like I say, I am a frugal mother clucker and I just cannot justify it. But I actually have not bought water in so long I could not actually tell you how much it is. But generally speaking, Australia is a high cost of living country. um, Amber is just so incredibly wasteful, and I know that in the upcoming vlogs, you know, she has a rant about that she can afford Ozempic, and then she has another rant about that she can't afford Ozempic. But I have had a squizzy at what she replaces her kitchen stuff with, and I can only imagine how much all of this cluckery costs. I cannot fathom it, not a bit. And like all of this stuff still looks good, like pretty new. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's just because she wants everything to be matching kitchen. The boss. You're Southern USA. Cool. Very cool. Oh, sorry. No. VA? I don't know. I don't know state codes. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, she replaces everything. Let's watch.
Perfect, because I know someone who recently just moved into a new home and they actually want this stuff because they need it. We have silverware, we have a whole knife set, we have pots and pans and cooking utensils and just all kinds of stuff in here. Even some really good quality Tupperware, but I have enough. So in replace for this, because I've had this stuff for years and years, I want to do out with the old and with the new. I'm gonna show you guys my new stuff. So I washed my new pots and pans. I had to put all of this together because it came all undone. I had to do the handles and everything, but it was kind of fun. So yeah, that's the new aesthetic I'm going for instead of dark. And then here is my new knife set. Isn't it so freaking adorable? And the knives are white speckled. Oh, I definitely needed a new knife set. I want to.
Her knives are aesthetic. Yeah. Like, so she replaced everything. This is so much money. Do you know how far I could make this kind of money go? Like, really? Oh, in Virginia, thank you. And now I'm at the point where I don't know where Virginia is. I apologize. I'm an Aussie. I have no idea. One of those people that thinks buying new kitchen stuff will somehow improve her diet. Yeah, so Amber is absolutely the sort of person who gets caught in a planning cycle and then manages to trick herself into thinking that's actually making progress. So she's thinking, oh, I need to lose weight, so I need to cook at home more because clearly eating out is what's causing it. So I am not cooking because it's not fun. And you know what would make it more fun? New kitchen stuff. Timu fans. I don't honestly, I feel like if it were Timu, maybe I'd be more okay with the price, but questionable on the health, maybe. She's also refusing to cook for herself. Yeah, it's all for show. Absolutely. It's exactly like buying a new journal. Exactly, Greta. Yeah, it's just the planning. It's tricking her into thinking that she's making progress. It's difficult, isn't it? Because as I have perfectionist tendencies myself, which means that I do like to plan things, but the planning things for me can be a negative thing. And oftentimes it's better for me to just, you know, jump in and do, if that makes sense. Yes, she is just buying things compulsively. Yes.
Start cooking more, and I think it's going to inspire me to do so. All my cooking utensils were black, and now I have ones that will match with my pots and pans and my knives. So the cooking set came with new measuring spoons.
Teresa, are you unfamiliar with Amber? Because a funny fact that you may not know, if you are, she buys boiled eggs in a packet. Like, legit. Also, my nuggets, 4,000 999. Who is going to be the 5,000th? And who's going to be a butt in here and unsubscribe? Please do not. Please don't. Refrain. Control yourself.
And cups. And I literally only had like a couple spoons and a couple forks. So I got a whole new set. The set that I used to have was actually black, but I kind of missed the silver. So I did get a new air fryer. Yes, I did. You guys are probably like, girl, why? Well, I love the air fryer that I had, but I was cleaning it and then I went to pick it up. I was bringing it into this shelf here because this is where I keep it when I'm not using it. And I dropped it and it completely broke and I could not fix it. It's okay.
Do we think she dropped it? Or do we think she went to clean it, looked at it, and thought, nah, I'll just buy a new one? Yeah. Teresa, there's a lot of... She is essentially rage baiting with how she pronounces things. It's clearly intentional, and it's just to get people commenting, basically. Only familiar from my videos. Oh, so you haven't seen much. Welcome to Girl World. Okay, so my nuggets who are watching at the moment, in about 20 minutes, I actually have a chicken in with me at the moment who is convalescing and has just been receiving some treatment. So I will need to take her outside again in about 20 minutes. So I'll pop you on a be right back screen while I do that, and then I'll be back.
Okay. I got a smaller air fryer because I'm only one person. I think this one's super cute. It's small and I love it. Hey guys, so it is the next day and I'm in the middle.
Hello, Soul Alive. You are the 5,000th subscriber. I feel like you deserve an award for that. Thank you so much. We made it. I made it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Shall I pull a Eugenia and go, okay, all right, so if we all work together, let's try and get to 10,000K. I think we can do it. Let's all work together. I will not.
Of getting ready. I did not film. Actually, wait, no, it's not the next day. It's 2 days later. I did not vlog yesterday, but I did do my what I ate today video, which was like a canceled what I ate today video, and I opened up to you guys a bit about how I'm feeling. And I'm about to use my new blush brush, which I'm super excited. So the blush that I use is NYX Buttermelt blush, which is great in the color Butter Together. I'm thinking about getting some bronzer. I want to start using a little bit of bronzer as well. I used to use NYX bronzer, but it was so old, I got rid of it. But I like a little blush. I'm thinking a little bronzer would make me look less pale because your girl is kind of pale. But I'm not one to tan. I'm not much of a tanner. Like a natural tan, sure, but like tanning bed, no. Probably wouldn't be able to fit, let's be real. Tanning lotion, probably not. I probably have to use the whole fucking bottle for my whole body. Like, yeah, I love blush. Like,
have you noticed how Amber always tries to be like a proper influencer while she says, you know, the brands she's using and things like that? I wonder if anybody has ever actually gone, oh, Amber's using that, I'm gonna buy that. A 2 coats, butter and Bing. I love that.
the tip of your nose. So I'm actually gonna go hang out with my mom. So that puts me in a good mood. But I do have bad news. If you guys have been watching my videos, I first talked about it in my weigh-in where I talked about how I'm thinking about going back on a GLP-1, which is a weight loss injection. And then in my what I ate today video, I talked more about like where I'm at with that. The provider on there messaged me a bunch of questions. I'm going to show you guys the screenshots because I'm genuinely upset. So Zepbound was actually what I was going to be trying because it's great. It's one of the most effective weight loss injections, actually. So the provider actually messaged me with a bunch of questions because I have done semaglutide 3 times and they never asked me about like my gallbladder health. You fill out this like questionnaire and obviously you're going to be honest in it. And I said how in the past I have had gallbladder problems, and so they ended up messaging me all these questions also about like my cancer and about my gallbladder. So I responded. They denied me. They denied me.
That's the entitlement dripping off that, as though it was always just going to be a yes, as though a company does not need to care for their success rate or be at all risk avoidant because, you know, for litigious reasons. But yeah, like Iron Chef, you're exactly right. No money for Zepbound. We could so easily find, I know it's expensive, I get that, but we could find that money. There's that thing of saying, well, what do you want more? What sacrifices are you willing to make for the direction that you want to go in? And the reality is she doesn't want to make any sacrifices. She just wants the magic pill that will make everything go away, that we know she will fall off again. I hope she doesn't, but like, you know, history's a thing. So young to be unhealthy. Yeah, she really is. And something that was coming up a lot in my Eugenia video is people saying, you know, once you hit your 30s, it's hard to turn things around. And any of my nuggets in their 30s or higher, you probably know what I'm about to say, that there is something about hitting 30, maybe not exactly 30, but maybe a few years after, depending on who you are. There is a shift, and it's hard to define, but for me, what I found was I realized that warm up and warm down, like before and after a workout, became very important to avoid injury. You know, there's me being the little martial artist queen that I was in my late teens and early 20s. Like, I would do a warm up if they were doing one, but otherwise I'd just jump into it and it would be fine. Not anymore. Slightly raise his hand. You're 33. Well, you're younger than me.
I couldn't even believe it. I felt like I was punched in the heart, kicked in the gut, slapped in the face. Someone took my eyeball out. I was shitting, pissing, crying, and puking. What does Gen Z say? I'm over there puking.
I feel like I need to be talking over this. This is inappropriate for YouTube.
I just thought
My
it would be
goodness.
easier to go through this telehealth company, but I might like see my physical provider, like the person that I see in person, so then maybe they can like look at my gallbladder again and tell me like, can I go back on this injection? Like, aren't we supposed to be focusing on what risks are more like dire? Me having gallbladder problems is not going to kill me. I mean, it can, but my weight is going to be the issue here. So
Yeah, and she's right. And thank you so much for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. What is it? Foul Nourished. Oh, I like your name. The drama, yes. Getting up and down is sometimes hard. Oh, tell me about it. I'm at the moment, I've decided that I want to start training my knees to be able to, you know, go into a kneeling position and then stand up again, but with no assistance from hands. And I can do it. Just 53 going mountain biking early in the morning. Oh, nice. You grow your own food and stay active. And at her age, your energy was through the roof. Yeah. At her age, I was probably the largest that I've ever been. If you guys have watched some of my videos, you know that I also have an issue with the conditions that I discuss on this channel. And I've been from one extreme to the other. And yeah, this really, really does hit your energy levels for sure. It's rough.
I wanted to respond, and I wanted to just be like, aren't we supposed to be focusing on like saving my life? Like, I don't understand. I just didn't reply. I mean, they gave me the freedom to continue asking questions, but really, what is there for me to ask at this point? So obviously in the screenshots, I'm like crossing off the doctor's name. So as much as I hate the fact that I was denied, I do love the fact that they're diligent in their shit. Like, no one else has ever asked me about medical history in that regard. I would still give them a 5-star rating if I had to choose, because I love the diligence. Like, that's important to have. I just hate.
Sorry, I was reading the chat and fully forgot why I paused previously, so now I've remembered. So this is an interesting distinction between being in America and being in Australia. As far as I know, GLP-1s are not approved for use in Australia, although I understand there's a bit of a black market thing going on. But if it were available here, you would only be able to get it through a doctor. So there would be no like external companies selling these things. There'd be no, like, we don't have like med spas. I'm not even super clear on what a med spa is, because it kind of sounds like a nurse attached to a pharmacy. I don't know. But I think that the notion of going through a doctor to be able to monitor her situation anyway, like gallbladder or not, it's irrelevant. I think that medical supervision for this is a really good idea.
The choice that they made. Two things can happen at once. I'm just so upset. Like, genuinely, I just feel super freaking defeated and overwhelmed. Twinkie's snoring. I'm gonna let her take a nap. I'm gonna finish getting ready. I really don't know what my next steps are, actually. So this is going to be a to be continued situation type deal. But I will say, like, I took the screenshots, I blocked out the doctor's name, all personal info and stuff like that. But something didn't feel right with me sharing the screenshots, because I feel like I overshare. I share too much. I share way too many personal things that no one would share on YouTube. So I'm trying very hard to hold back, stop oversharing, and try to just share the right amount. But trust me, your girl, she's going to be an advocate for herself. She ain't giving up.
I feel like that's the right attitude. I think just go to the doctor, get it sorted. It's odd that it's kind of like, oh, one company who seems to be risk adverse has denied me, so then I'm just going to give up. You're like, go keep looking. That's the point. Australia looks so beautiful. You'd love to visit someday. Yeah, it can be. Depends which part are you looking at? It's we've got pretty much every biome you could possibly imagine. Could be nurse practitioners. Yeah, maybe. You're gonna start a jazzercise channel. I love my YouTube workout channels. I really, really do. Like, you can pretty much find everything you could possibly want on YouTube. Oversharing, yes.
All right, you guys, so this is my build that I've done in these last 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry I can't skip this rubbish. I am so sorry.
Works. And then there's like this cute little money that you can put in there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Isn't that so cute? It's a pinball game. So the side looks like this, and you can actually push this. Isn't that cool? And then here's this side. So yeah, I absolutely love this one. Looks great. All right, you guys. So I know this vlog has been kind of meh, and that's okay. I'm just now getting over cellulitis. I'm also just now getting over like being in a low mental health. It has a mind of its own. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Sometimes it's low, sometimes it's high. I mean, if you know, you know. I genuinely feel like I'm finally getting out of like going through a low mentally. I think it was like the whole cellulitis thing genuinely got to me. I was having a lot of anxiety and just things like that. And I feel like I'm feeling better. Like, I feel like I can breathe again. Like, I've been feeling defeated. I've been feeling like I'm drowning over just like so many different things that is like overwhelming me. And I finally feel like I can breathe again. So let's do our oracles.
Okay, I'm not gonna do the oracle readings, but see what I mean? She's just so completely captivated by her own feelings. Just because you feel defeated doesn't mean you are defeated, and it doesn't mean you need to act defeated. It's one of the things that I wish I could really go back and tell my younger self. You just don't have to listen to everything your brain tells you. It's sometimes it just brains on its own and you don't need to pay attention. Killer butterflies. Yeah, we do have a lot of bitey and stingy things in Australia, but if you know what you're looking for and you're responsible and have situational awareness, it's not as bad as it sounds, except for the drop bears. You've got to watch out for the drop bears. You all just went to Sydney, looked like a good trip. Sydney's probably my least favourite part. I'm biased against cities though, I do have to admit. Amber, I don't know if she's the next generation Shani. I think she's up there with her. Like, they're not that far apart in age. Yeah, no, we're not doing Oracle. No, it's just not a thing. Like, when I'm doing my videos, I don't mind doing the very, very little end bit to see how she applies this to her life. But she's having the same revelations over and over, and it's always like, yes, I can be healthy, I can get on top of this, I can do this, and then meanwhile, all through the next week, she continues to indulge. So I don't really want to do that on live stream, if that's cool with everyone. When drop bears fight with the bin chickens, it's pretty. Sorry. Yes. Oh my gosh. Hello, Lama. You managed to catch the stream. You did. Yeah, I'm going to aim to do these a bit more regularly also. Okay, let me find her next vlog. I'm thinking just vlogs for today because I'm really trying to just catch up on what Amber's been doing, and she usually repeats all the stuff in her vlogs anyway. So that was May 5. Let's go to May 12, her vlog then, entitled, oh, this is where she went to hospital. 8 things, things just got worse, going to the hospital and celebrating Mother's Day. So I fully just blanked on this. I knew it happened, but I was so focused on what I was doing with Eugenia that I just kind of like, you know, she's being over dramatic in the hospital, and yeah.
Hello, beautiful people. So welcome to a new weekly vlog. So I have been feeling under the weather. I had cellulitis, which I am now all healed from. My mental health was feeling kind of low. I was just like in a low spot, but I'm feeling so much freaking better. I just want to like let you guys know that I appreciate how much support you've been giving me, because you guys have been saying like, girl, are you okay? I hope you feel better soon. And I swear.
Yep, exactly, the boss. Hello, Tamara. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hello.
Your guys' positive thoughts and energy has like reached me, and I feel a lot better. So thank you for that. So I actually just did my live stream, which that is a roller coaster. Like, should it even be considered a live stream? It should literally genuinely be called like Lynn Coaster or something, because it's a lot. It's like laughs and cries and tea and up and down and rages and happiness and laughter. Like, it is everywhere. So I thought I had like a final decision, because for weeks I've been thinking about doing my live streams weekly publicly, but only making it to where members could speak to me, but like everyone could see it. I've been thinking about this for weeks, and I've been mentioning it in my live streams, just like slowly letting people know that I think that's the decision I was gonna make. I went into my live stream today with like 100% confidence that that is what I was gonna do. I low-key was talked into not doing it. So live streams are still gonna stay private. I listen to my members. I appreciate that they're there. I appreciate their support and what they want from me. I might maybe do like bi-weekly public live streams. I don't know, we'll see. Because I know there are people.
The way she treats her members is absolutely appalling, which, you know, low-key plug, I'm just gonna say I have memberships if you're interested, and you can. Just gonna say they're there. You do not have to. But like, she blocks them willy-nilly all over the place, and then, creates this amazing little snug community with them in these members only live streams, and then tells them they're going to be public. It's just, it's so, yeah, no.
Who want to see my live streams who can't pay for it. All right, we're gonna do a taste test, you guys. We're gonna do the Built Puff brownie batter. I'm really excited to try this because it's collagen protein instead of that regular protein, because I don't like the way it tastes. And I've never had collagen protein from my remembrance. So this is what it looks like. It's supposed to be in the texture of like a marshmallow, so we'll see. Oh my God, it's so soft. This tastes like candy. This is so good. That's what it looks like. And it very much is the exact texture of marshmallow. And it tastes like a candy bar. I taste no protein at all. What? I literally give this a 9.5 out of 10. I don't see anything wrong with it. So for one bar.
She doesn't see anything wrong with it. It's a literal candy bar. It's, my remembrance. You see, you've got to be careful, Mr. Boss, because these little amberisms get into your brain, and before you know it, you start saying them completely by accident. It's slightly horrifying when it happens the first time.
Is 140 calories, 2.5 fat, no cholesterol, 14 carbs, 6 sugars, and 17 protein. Wow. Hello, it is the next day, and I'm telling you guys, I start my day with my hair down. Towards the middle of the day, I plop it up. Like, it looks crazy. Like, what is this? What is this doodad? So I actually just opened my Amazon package.
That looks slightly obscene. My goodness. I'm sorry, my nuggets. I did not censor that. Yeah, the protein powders, I mean, they do have a bit of a taste. I guess it's hard to describe. It's more of an aftertaste, I think. But it does depend on what type of protein you get, because you can get like whey protein, which is from milk, or you can get like vegetable-based proteins. You just made me giggle. I'm not repeating that out loud.
It's a quick Amazon haul today. I do not like going barefoot. I used to be such a barefoot girly, but I'm very much not like that anymore. So all I did was type on Amazon shower sandals, and these popped up. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have those to put on after my shower, because I usually put on slippers and they just don't feel the greatest. Oh my God, look at that little string. That's okay, I can just cut that off. So these are the slippers that I always get, but I get them in black. They had a hot pink color. I mean, it says hot pink on the thing. It's not hot pink, but it's definitely a pretty pink. So I got a pink pair because pink is my favorite. And then I got Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. I had this literally years ago. This works so good, so I had to get more of it. And then last but not least, my AirPods suck. They keep unhooking onto my MacBook and then hooking again and unhooking. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like,
So before I pop you on the be right back screen, because I need to take my girl outside, what do we think? So the AirPods in the ear. Now, if you're familiar with Amberlynn, you know that whenever she has a girlfriend, she kind of makes them sit with her on video calls while she's filming her videos. So either there is a new girl or an old girl, or there's a girl, generally speaking, or she's just rage baiting us. What do we think? Because she could just have it in there just to create a bit of conversation. The shopping hauls are really bizarre. And it's like, it's always just trash too. Nothing of meaning. You think it's still Emily or Tomalee, as she's known on this show. I like to fuse their names. Yes. Interesting. Okay, I'm just going to pop you on a be right back screen. I won't be too long. I need to take my little girl out. Star chickens. The boy that I was talking about earlier, who jumps on my lap is Freddie, because I feel like if you were to put a rooster in human form, would it not be Freddie Mercury? Right? Yeah. Anyway, back to it. You need to be very mindful when you start getting me talking about chickens.
Time I pause the video, it glitches and I'm genuinely over it. I can't fix it. I've tried to update my MacBook. I've tried to Bluetooth them, like unhook them together. Like, I can't. They need a divorce. I'm over AirPods. Like, I want to try something different. So I got some Beats because my AirPods are just really freaking annoying. They do the same thing on my phone and I'm just like, I'm over it. All right, you guys. So I need to go through my clothes, but I'm only going to go through the top layer because I'm wanting to get rid of some stuff. So let's do it together. You guys, while reaching, I literally have to go on my tippy toes and I literally broke a hanger because I was trying to go on my tippy toes. Something was too heavy. It got stuck. It was a whole moment. And while I was doing this, I realized cardigans are just not my thing anymore, but like I also feel attachment to them, so I didn't really get rid of any. Whoops. So I'm getting rid of this nude spaghetti strap, white t-shirt, this blue and colorful mesh. They're just not tight enough. I don't like how the sleeves look. And then this.
I mean, she might say, I haven't actually watched this one. When she says getting rid of, what does that mean? Because it's just so much wasted money here. And I want to ask you guys, because I know that I am a little bit biased when it comes to spending money. My enjoyment comes from making money go as far as it can and making things go as far as they can. So I do repairs and things like that. It's not to say, that I'm living in a poverty situation. It's just my enjoyment to make the dollar go as far as it can, right? How often do you buy clothes in a year? Because I tend to buy clothes when the previous clothes have worn out and are no longer in a state of being repairable. But I'm curious. Please tell me. No worries, the boss. I'll catch you in a bit. I think her arms are too big for cardigans. Yeah, I actually wonder if it's just a comfort thing because maybe she feels like restricted if it's pulling around the shoulders. Do you do a couple of times a year? Yeah. I mean, it probably... I would imagine that age might have something to do with it. I used to make my own clothes back in the day when I was really into the fashion scene. You have a sweater on from 2000. That's awesome. You take care of your things. I'm wearing a jumper from a thrift shop. We are fashion queens, aren't we?
It's just a black t-shirt, this white and green striped shirt, and then this checkered sweater that I hate on me. So uncomfortable. Hello. It's actually a couple days later. I want to give everyone an update. The soonest appointment with my primary care doctor isn't until a month from now, so it's scheduled, but it just kind of sucks that I have to wait a whole month. I'm just glad to have it scheduled. I wish I would have talked to him about GLP-1s a few months ago when I saw him. It was just like a normal checkup, but at that time I wasn't interested. Like, I'm so interested now. Like, I just am having so much anxiety about my health and what could come of my health because of my weight, etc, etc. All right, you guys, I'm trying to win $250. Last time I won $1,200, but I gave $100 to my mom, $11.99. Okay, oh, it was $11.99, but I gave $100 to my mom, $100 to my friend, and $100 to my mom's fiance.
Okay, so full disclosure, I did just remember that I have listened to this. I haven't seen it. I like me some salty crab, okay? And I think her take on this was correct. She said, it's everything is always about Amber. Amber always manages to turn it around about herself. And like, she won a whole bunch of money and then tells us exactly how much she gave away to everyone. And it does come across as a little bit, see, it's just this kind of thing that makes Amber so unlikable, in my humble opinion. It's difficult. And while I will always still approach her stuff with the idea that she is a human, and you're never going to catch me saying, you know, calling her names on this channel. But Amber really doesn't help herself to endearing herself to people, is my point. Here's the fabric shaver for the little pills. Yeah, I suppose you're probably buying natural fibers, I imagine. There was Repulse. I've never used one. Hello, Felonious Angel. Hello. Glad you're here.
So you're trying to, trying to get the whole row on 12 down, or the whole row on 6 down. Oh. Oh, number 11. Number 11. Hello. So it is 2 days later. I did not vlog yesterday. So today is actually Mother's Day. So I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the dads out there, all the grandma and grandpas, everyone who took the mother role. I also want to say happy Mother's Day to the fur mamas. And I know some days like today are hard for people who can't have children like me. So my heart is also going out to you. And
those who can't have children like me. Okay. I don't think, given the history that we've seen with Amber, that it would be that she at all should be entering into motherhood, and she is very, very unlikely to at this point. I think there's power in acknowledging when you're the kind of woman that really isn't maternal and should maybe not have children. I am definitely in that camp. But again, I don't actually think she really, really wants children, because it only comes up here and there. This was just a little bit of a, you know, feel sorry about me because I can't have children on this day. That could be another day that could be in celebration of me, I think is more the point. Did that make sense? That felt a little rambly. I think you get my drift. See, all of this gets edited out in videos.
I know it's hard today for people who have lost their mother figures as well. So my heart is there. Today is just all around good and bad for some people. So it's good to just uplift people as much as you can. So I very much am that girly pop that randomly buys my mom gifts on any given day. That's just how I am. For her birthday, I wanted to do this, but she didn't feel well, so we didn't get around to doing it. But I want to take her to her favorite store and just have her buy whatever she wants.
Okay, so the issue with Amber is that I think in one sense, I would say that giving gifts is a love language for her. However, she also weaponizes it against people. And I think it can be to control them in some way, or it can be to get them to do what she wants, or it can be to just make them feel bad. And in the sense of the history with her mother, it's a bit rough, and all credit to her mother that, you know, she's fully turned her life around and is seemingly doing the right thing at this point. But it's just, I just know where this is coming from, and it's not as sweet as it looks. Making a big show of doing nice things, yeah. Has a bit of a, you think she has a bit of a fantasy of little doll daughter who, oh, Greta, that's my mother. Ugh, yeah. That's not a good reason to have children. Especially when the child goes and develops its own sense of self and personality and starts doing things that is contrary to what you want it to do. Lots of your friends have never had children. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, full-on virtue signaling.
Because I feel like that would just be more entertaining for her, so she can like pick out what she wants. So I have no idea what store she has chosen. Guess where my mom chose? Target. And look at this. Tomato. And then look. Mustard and ketchup. We're missing cottage cheese right here. Get it?
It's the world's biggest food award, and you put their picture right there. Remember what happened to me about the Cola Guard?
No, what?
So I was supposed to send my poop in the mail. Took me forever.
Oh, wait,
I was so embarrassed. So I had Steven take it to the place, and Then it said your results are in, and I get my results, and it said the weight of your sample exceeded the maximum.
Wait, that actually is perfect for you then.
I love Mama Lynn. Oh, I want more Mama Lynn. Oh, hello. Is it Nami, Nami, or Nami? Please tell me how to pronounce. I want to make sure I get it right. Mom's so melted. Yes, I know. Hello, Nocturne. You're a new subscriber. I'm so glad you're here. Hello.
Look how adorable this is. It's whipped shower foam, but it does not smell good at all. You guys, look how freaking cute. It's like a dinosaur kit. You get to paint it. It comes with your own paint. I mean, I'm sure you can get your own paint too, but it's so cute. So it's weird. I naturally am always drawn towards like the clear bags, but I would never use a clear bag because like then everyone knows like what's in your bag, you know? But isn't that cute? Oh, you're falling. Isn't that cute, Mom? In a weird way?
Is it see-through?
It is see-through though. But like,
Verdict in, it is not cute. No.
it's $30 for a plastic? That's a little hecticana. Alright, you
This
guys.
is what I wanted.
I gave her free range at the store, and this is what she chose.
What?
Cute.
These socks aren't they cute? They got a bunch of cherries on them and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even notice them really.
Yeah.
There's cherries, stripes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cute. Strawberries. Did you know
Yeah.
that strawberry is the Oklahoma fruit? I learned that.
Anywho, and then I got these really cool highlighters that I'll use at work. I use a highlighter every day for a lot of stuff.
Mama Lynn is a practical woman. I appreciate that about her. You appreciate my compassion and knowledge regarding women I cover. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do try to speak about people that I resonate with and think I can see their situation. It's my perspective, of course, and I could be totally off base, but it's my perspective and I'm sharing it with the world. Mom is endearing in the way Amber is not. Yes. You love my chicken mascot? My entire life is chicken, so it felt natural. Thank you so much. I know, 5,000, it seems so big. I feel like a proper channel now. It's wild.
But look, the tips are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
very
cool.
excited about that. And then, this is my favorite thing. So I would never pay how much you're supposed to pay for this, ever for myself, but I wanted it, so I got it. So we got new desks at work. I used to work at a cubicle for 3 years. Now we got executive desk, and this is going to be for my pins. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, it turns and stuff.
Yes, I love
cute.
it, and it matches my desk. I'm going for bees.
Yeah, she has a bunch of bee stuff.
Yeah, like,
On
you
her
know,
desk.
be happy, be beautiful, be yourself, be kind.
And
I
the
love that.
actual...
Yes, I love that stuff. Kind of juvenile, but I don't care.
It's not juvenile, it's
I
cute.
don't care. All my friends are going for like this, like, mature stuff.
I always find myself smiling when Mama Lynn is on screen. My husband actually was watching me the other day because I was editing like the last Amber video I did. And he goes, "Why are you smiling at your screen?" I said, "Amber's mum is just so great." And he's like, "What?" You love to watch my videos. Hello. Oh, how do I say that? Is it Shinsuke? I am so apologize if I butchered that. You watch all my videos. Eat well and take care of yourself. That's awesome. And you say my voice is calming. This is the second person that I've heard this from today, which is wild to me because I didn't know that about my voice. Shinsuke. Shinsuke. Okay, thank you. Oh no, I said it right first. Shinsuke. Got it. I will remember.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it don't matter. It makes me happy. That's what matters.
Yes.
But yes, thank you so much, Amber. It was fun.
You're welcome.
But
You want to show them what I got?
yeah.
So I got exfoliation gloves, and to go with it, this Tree Hut Lotus Shea Sugar Scrub, which I love this stuff. And
Nice.
then I got some hoop earrings. These were pretty cheap, actually.
Yeah, they're cheap.
But they're like bling blinging.
Yeah, they're pretty.
So I was like, okay. You guys know me and my hoops. That's like the
Exfoliation gloves. Okay, just gonna leave that one there. But like, there's so much expense. I really do want to like just sit down and maybe just do a week and work out exactly what she spent in that week. I think it would be astounding. If you're comfortable with this, would you consider posting a video about how you overcome? Yes, I am. I am a very open book. The only things that I won't share on YouTube are things that cannot be shared on YouTube. So it's not a me thing, it's a YouTube thing. I had not considered doing a video about myself because I didn't think people would be interested, but I could do that, absolutely. I can't do a video so much on the opposite one though. That was kind of just a brain breaking moment that thrust me into the one that you're talking about. I'm awesome, you're awesome. You like my voice as well? Oh my gosh, guys. Stop it. You don't buy yourself gifts when you're buying your mom a gift, yes. It is a bit like, yeah. I also would have, if I were Amber on Amber's kind of budget, maybe gone like, and paid attention to what the mum was looking at in the store and maybe just sneaked a couple of extra things that she was oohing and ahhing over. But that's just me. She spends a lot of money, like a lot, an obscene amount of money. I cannot.
only earring I have.
Isn't that something? We both got 3 items.
And 3's are a lucky number.
So cool.
That's a sign.
Happy Mother's Day, Amber.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Yay.
And now I'm taking her out for dinner.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Excited. I like the food.
That's where I get it from.
Yeah.
I just won $100. Woo! Just imagine though if I was playing, because I'm only using these two. So if I had this one and another 0 would have popped up, it would have been 1,000. Like, whoa. Oh my god, you guys, this game, I have good luck on it or something. $205. Okay. Pop off. All right, you guys, so this is my build update this week. So I did like a spade. Isn't it so cute? And then the heart. And this coming week, I'm going to try to complete the diamond and the clover. All right, you guys, so I have been home for hours and hours. I was doing some of my Sunday cleaning. Genuinely, today, spending time with my mom was great. Like, for so long, I wished for that. I spent so many childhood years, so many teenage years, young adult years, wishing I had a close relationship with my mom. And now that I do, I'm just genuinely so freaking beyond grateful for it. And I don't know, I had a really good day. I treated her to one of her favorite restaurants because that's what she wanted. Today was all about her, and she loves the casino, so treated her there as well. And it was so crazy because like I am actively trying to work on my relationship with food, and it's like every day I have to remind myself that I'm doing that because I spent so long not entirely caring about my relationship with food, more so just like on and off dieting. And to me, learning a new relationship with food is completely different than dieting. So
I would really like to know what she means by that because it's not a tangible action, if that makes sense. Like to say you're working on your relationship with food, well, okay, but what does that mean and what does it look like? And if you say it's different than dieting, then what is that to you? I agree, Nocturne, that this kind of condition and overspending do seem to be common in combination. I think it's all just a kind of an indulgence into getting those feel-good chemicals rushing through your system kind of in any way you can. And it's just a pure indulgence kind of thing. Shinsuke, you're in a third world country. And you cannot understand. It's just massive overspending. And I don't necessarily think you need to be in a third world country to be able to think this is insane. It is, even by first world countries, standards. It's insane. Not a mental health professional or expert, but you take a guess to say, yeah, an overgathering of resources to compensate for feeling like you have nothing. Maybe nothing. I would say that's probably true in Candy's case. I think Amber is probably more just like how to feel good in the moment. Like, I feel bad right now. How do I make myself feel good? Rather, there's no self-soothing coping mechanisms set up, and I think that this is what she's decided works. She doesn't know what a cat shark doesn't know what a relationship is in any context. It's so true. It is the emergency room vlog. We are like 2/3 of the way through, so I think she's gearing up to it because it did happen on Mother's Day. Dopamine farmer. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Exactly. And short-term highs, meaning that they're not of quality or substance and they don't last and don't actually do anything to benefit your life. It's a cycle that she needs to break, but she hasn't kind of sought any other action that could break it. I'm sorry to hear that, Shinsuke. Yeah, I think it is also rough for everybody at the moment.
Different. Maybe I can talk about that in like a future weigh-in video. But like every day I have to remind myself that I'm doing this. And I went to the restaurant with my mom. I ordered my food. And it was all just like natural bad decisions. I got beans, rice, and a chimichanga. At that specific restaurant, that's what I always get. It's just like a creature of habit. Plus another part of me that's a creature of habit is like when I go out to a restaurant, like I'm not entirely looking for a healthy option or an option that's going to nourish me in the right way. So I just naturally chose what I would always choose. And it was right as the waitress sat the plate down and it was in front of my face that I had to like snap myself back into like, what am I doing? Like, I'm supposed to be practicing healthier habits. Am I saying that I am not allowed to eat stuff like that? No. What I'm saying is I wasn't fully conscious when doing it. I did it out of habit instead of...
But you still ate it, didn't you? Like, I think it's fine to be caught up when you're trying to break a cycle or trying to break habits. Occasionally there's slipping, but if you catch it, that's where the correction should happen because that's where you're practicing the new skill. I bet she still ate it and did not correct it. You're most familiar with Eugenia Cooney and you're here now, my goodness. And then Foodie. Yeah, Foodie is next on my list. I'm struggling with 3 of them at the moment, so I'm hesitant to add a 4th, but Foodie reminds me a lot of my mother in the worst possible ways. Hello, the boss. You're back. Good. I'm still here. Nice to see you back. Mama Lynn usually orders healthier. Do we believe that? I think Cat Shark, I don't believe that she's tempting Amber. I think Amber tempts herself all on her own. I think that Mama Lynn is in a really awkward spot where she knows that she hasn't done the right thing in Amber's childhood. And she is probably nervous to do anything that would cause Amber to disappear again. And so there's probably a bit of a people-pleasing game. I know that there has been a little bit of heat put on Mama Lynn. I personally don't. I think she's doing what she can. I don't think that she could help Amber from the platform that she's on at the moment. Because Amber, you could just see it. She'll throw back guilt in her face. Everything in moderation, exactly. The state of the world is so dire and she's just here doing haul after haul. Yeah, I'm totally with you there, Shinsuke. I totally. Good night, Soul Alive. Thanks so much for coming. Yes, Ingrid, she does need to stay away from certain foods because I think this needs to be treated like the word that starts with A that is an intense compulsion. Um, and every time there's a little indulgence, it's just feeding that compulsion. You're a man with an over-gathering issue. Yes. Um, it's very, very similar story to Candy. She's a hungry fat chick, another woman I cover. She had periods of nothing in her very, very early childhood, which caused a little bit of a cycle then of too much gathering, and then, you know, being put on restrictive diets, and it's just this perpetuating cycle for her. So I think it's not so much from what I can see with her with things, but food for sure. And I can see that mechanism happening with her. You did, you missed Mama Lynn. I'm so sorry. I love Mama Lynn.
Like actually thinking about it, if that makes sense. So that's something that I need to learn more and practice more. But anyways, it is time actually for our oracle reading. So I'm gonna sit you guys down there so you can see what I'm doing. So today's oracle decks are what's...
Nope. Next. Oh no, wait, yeah, it wasn't. Is it the hospital one? Oh, and I can't skip. Oh. What do you want, guys? Do you want to watch through the oracle to get to the emergency room, or do you want to just bail and do the next vlog? Tell me what you want, 'cause I'm sorry. I'll set something up better for next time. Can I double speed? Good question. Let me see what I have available to me. No, I cannot. This is not ideal.
Vibe, the wild soul, and shine from the inside.
I was trying to do like it because, you know, I get paranoid that what if something is shown that shouldn't be shown, so I didn't want to just share my desktop as just, you know, that kind of level of paranoia. So I've got it as an actual video, but for some reason it just will not let me move ahead.
Oh, that one flung out.
Let's just turn her down and chat while she talks.
Alrighty, first card is Love Affair, Dirty Little Secret, Sex Fix, Down Low. Alrighty then. Alright, so the second card is Axolotl.
Oh, Kate, no, don't only do things if you can. Hi, by the way, thanks so much for being here. Don't be putting yourself in a pickle. Only do things if you can.
This card suggests that you have the power to heal and regenerate.
You didn't know she was a psychic now. Yeah, Felonious Angel, she is a psychic for her own life. She only reads herself.
You're in a phase of healing and regeneration. Trust in your bodies and spirits.
Don't mind sitting through it.
Alright, so the third card is remove the limiting labels
Turn her back up.
you are wearing. Along the way, we've picked up toxic beliefs about ourselves. Maybe you've been told that you weren't smart enough, lovable enough, pretty enough, or whatever enough. Whether you've accepted others' opinions as truth or you've created the mask that hides your authentic self, it's time to remove the limiting labels you are wearing and let your light shine. So this card, I think, is just directly talking about the fact that I am no longer sharing my love life with you guys. I feel like the universe likes to tell me a lot of the same. You are capable of healing. You are capable of that recovery.
There we go. Capable of healing. What did I tell you?
Actively in your life.
Talk over her. I will talk over her. I tried pressing numbers. It does not help. I also am nervous that I will start doing something else.
Why you need to heal and recover. I know that I am the best person.
Yeah, Nocturne, I've wondered about PTSD. Amber says she has CPTSD, but I don't know if she knows what that means. Talk over her. Tell you more chicken names? Okay. I have 4 coops. With a rooster in each of them and some girls. So we have Axel. He's a bantam. Axel Rose. Axel and Salt and Pepper. Freddie, Florence, and
swear,
Nikki.
wrong. It just feels like genuinely
Tay Tay,
every single
Brittany,
week
Gwen,
you
and
guys are
Pink.
gonna tell me like you are
And
beautiful and you are
Ziggy,
loved. So a
Stevie,
couple hours after I
Rihanna,
ended this
and
video,
Grace.
which
See
this
if you
is
can figure
normally
out where they're all
how
from.
it ends, something scary happened
Ooh.
and I documented it. So I am going to the hospital because I'm having chest pain on my left side. So it started earlier, kind of like under my boob, like right here. And I was thinking nothing of it. It's like this sharp pain that I've never felt before. And then I was up cleaning and now the pain is like in my boob. I know that's like TMI, but that's just me being honest. I just got done crying. I called my mom and she's like, yeah, you need to go to the ER because that's not something you can mess with. So the pain is now like radiating to like my nipple area. I know that's
Really sorry for all that information there. Yes, like salt and pepper, like as in, yeah. So they're all named after singers. I do have real chickens. I am a real mother clucker, I'm telling you. Tay Tay is actually named after Taylor Swift because we were confused. He did make several attempts to lay eggs, so we did think he was a girl, but they learned their names, so then it was too late. So he's Tay Tay. Must get a Freddie mustache. Actually, Freddie does have a bit of a mustache. He does. Yeah.
again TMI, but I'm really scared. All right, so update. They've taken my blood, EKG, blood pressure, which when I first got here I was scared, so it was high, but now it's normal. And then I had a CT scan, which I was not expecting that. But they're just, oh yeah, an X-ray on my heart. So they're doing everything they can to help me, because yeah, and they also gave me Mom, what's the medicine called? Toradol. And that's helped with the pain. So
Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how differently this is handled compared to Eugenia? And I think there is an interesting double standard, which I confess I also have to catch myself on from time to time, where, like, Amber is presently in hospital for something that she believes is very serious and directly linked to her specific condition. Would YouTube have allowed Eugenia to do the same? I don't think so. I think that would have been banned. But, you know, we've got Eugenia who completely disappeared for a few days, and then we've got Amber who's literally filming from her hospital bed. It's just, you know, it's interesting to me, the distinction there. The physical demonstration was not necessary. No, it was, yes. She put that on the internet. Tay Tay's totally gender neutral. He got lucky. Yeah, he's a good boy. She actually does cover whether it was kind of validated. I don't know if the pain was, yeah. Yeah, I only recall a blood clot too now that I'm thinking of it. Was it normal? I don't know, but they did wind up saying her heart was okay. Watching the beginning of the live stream? Oh, thank you. When Amber's out something lighter, yeah, I know. I do find though that if I sit too long in any one space with any of the women I cover, I just need a little bit of a break from it. I think you can spend too long being in their head, and yeah, usually, like I say, usually it's Amber that I experience that with, not Eugenia. You can suffer through. Hello. What is that, Mockaloo? Hello. Your favorite online hen. I bet you say that to all the online hens. Why'd she put it on the internet? I don't know. It's Amber. The boss, I think she might be legitimately feeling sick like all the time. And I don't know if she's gaslighting herself, but yeah, I think that there's a fair argument that could be made that she feels pretty rubbish like all the time. The fact that Eugenia is not in hospital sickens you. Yeah, we don't know, but yes, I agree. Still stand by your comment on the video. She really, really does. Yes, I remember your comment. Yeah, she really does need to be removed from that house. She needs a support system that has her best interests at heart, not an enabling interest. Is Amber a hypochondriac? I don't think she's a hypochondriac as much as a malingerer. So I don't think she like thinks everything's wrong necessarily. I just think when something is wrong, she really milks it. Sorry, I'm not following the conversation with the NICU. I struggle a little bit with dyslexia, so sometimes reading things real time is challenging. I apologize if I've missed things. Really enjoy live streams and slow chats. Are you calling me a small channel? I mean, I think this is really fast for me. This is like, this is high speed compared to what I'm used to. Oh, Felonious Angel. Oh, look, I'm never going to speak ill of another reaction channel. But it's not really my cup of tea. And I do try to limit my reaction channel viewing, which kind of happens naturally anyway, because I want to be making my own videos. Ultimately, at the moment, I'm really just watching Salty Crab and Mr. Snowflake, because I'm a salty snowflake spawn. Vera's blowing up, you just wait. Okay, I'll keep playing the video.
Yeah, but they're making sure just to check everything, so yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm home, and genuinely, like, I just feel really fucking just sad. Like, so my test results came back, and like, they said that my lungs looked good, my heart looks good, and everything. And then I get the paperwork, and they didn't even mention this to me, which I don't know why. But I was just looking at the paperwork, and it says that I have an elevated D-dimer. And thankfully I noticed that before I actually left the hospital, so I asked the nurse, like, what does this mean? And she was like, oh, it just means, like, you could possibly have a blood clot. That's why we checked your lungs, but you don't have one. But then it's like, okay, like, I have other parts of my body. Like, I'm just really scared. Like, I don't know, and this just, like, brings to light a lot of anxieties. It brings to light a lot of fears. It brings to light a lot of regrets. It brings to light a lot of just things. Like, I feel scared, and I'm just like, what? Like, my doctor's appointment isn't for a whole month.
So for those of you who aren't super familiar with Amber, this is not the first very, very serious wake-up call she's had in her life. And unfortunately, the previous ones have not led to any improvement. So I'm not going to sit here and say that this one won't. If we're going exclusively off history, it doesn't look good. But of course, anybody can change at any time. But she's, sorry, reading. None of this compels her to try harder. She just can't get out of her own way to be able to fix this, because this is a very, very scary situation. Regardless of what they found, the fact that this is on the table should be enough to be the wake-up call. You're 5 minutes behind. That's okay. Yeah, I don't like seeing others sad either. You do think she's genuinely emotionally spinning out a bit? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I did cover the mother situation. I think If you're not familiar, the her mother did not do a very good job in Amber's childhood. There were substance issues, and her mother has completely turned her life around and is being a functional member of society. And I think the mother is in a situation where she is scared to rock the boat. So in that sense, it could be enabling. I don't think it's active enabling, though. She needs to really change. Absolutely, she does. Yeah. But these tears, I mean, I do think that she's legitimately feeling bad in this moment, but because she goes along with all of her feelings all the time and everything her brain thinks, it's unsustainable motivation. She seems to be unable to step out of her own brain in that way.
So it is literally 6:45 a.m. I was at the freaking ER all night and they were so wonderful. They were so kind. I am so grateful for bedside manner because I'm telling you, I had so much freaking anxiety and they were all just like so sweet and understanding. They treated me like an actual human. Like there have been times where, you know, I would go to the doctor and, you know, I met with a different experience because of my size. And like I was freaking out. I'm like, am I actually going to fit in the CT scan? Like I even vocalized that out loud and she was like, yes, of course you are. And it's just like...
One thing I will say though, I don't know what it's like in the countries that you're in at the moment, but in Australia, you can't have, like if you're a shop, you can't have cigarettes out on display. And then when you buy a packet, there are some very, very graphic images on the packets that dissuade smoking, right? So that's how our government has decided to manage the dangers of smoking. But if you have a think, why would the cigarette companies be okay with that? And you think about, it's really like a shock tactic, right? Which I think is what Amber is experiencing at the moment. It's shock. It was scary. It was traumatic in the moment and she was going through it. But studies have shown that that kind of intense shock strategy has the least effect on change, on people changing, which is why the cigarette companies are okay with it, because statistically it's not going to do anything. And it is worth keeping that in mind with Amber at the moment. She is in a state of shock, but it's so easy for the brain to override that experience and return back to what's comfortable. It'd be your wake-up call. Yeah, it would be for me too. But everybody's line is in a different place. And something that I've really come to terms with covering these women is that sometimes people's line is after game over and it never really gets hit and never has a chance to be turned around. Do you think she deep down feels like her mother owes her a childhood? Perhaps she could lose weight if she gets that from her mum. I think, like maybe because there were foster homes involved, but I don't think it would get her to lose weight. I think Amber is more interested in controlling those around her, if that makes sense. Maybe this, as strange as it sounds, her comfort zone. It is her comfort zone. Absolutely. She knows this. It's comfortable. She's familiar with it and she knows how it works and how to play this game. Of course it's comfortable. You're in New York. She's getting sympathy. Yeah, potentially. I think that's part of it. That makes stress goes to stress behaviors. Yeah. They usually have a graphic line above the cigarette packets, so that's it. We have like full-on like pictures. It's very unpleasant. Very, very repulsive. Some of them, like, actually most of them, I don't think you could put on YouTube, really. They're that bad. She knows the day is coming and she's happy if it's not today. I think, yes. I think that's true.
No, like, I don't know. I'm glad that like my heart looks good and my lung looks good and stuff, but like I have an elevated D dimer. And that's scary. I don't know. I'm just gonna call the doctor, and I'm just literally hoping that I can get a sooner appointment instead of like a month, because like people cancel and then all of a sudden there's openings and stuff. So I'm just gonna call and see if there's an opening, because I would love to be seen sooner than that. It's crazy that like all of this is happening at once, like where I was finally like, I want to have a better relationship with food. I want to be healthier. I want to do better. And then all of a sudden I'm just like hit with this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just feel kind of defeated. I'm sorry.
So she feels defeated, but the correct thought process should actually be, okay, I've had this very scary moment. I have an appointment with my doctor that is potentially at worst a month away, and that is not ideal. So what am I going to do between today and that appointment that can at least set me up for success for down the track? It is unfortunately delusional. You're correct, Greta. And that also means we're looking at emotional manipulation. Yes, you are correct. It absolutely has that level. I do, don't get me wrong, I do think that she is upset genuinely at the moment. I think there is that there. But two things can be true at once, right? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Sorry to end this vlog on this note. I was not expecting any of this, and I just feel like really heavy, no pun intended. But keep me in your thoughts, please. I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to skip to her next vlog. I do know that in the weigh-ins, she has decided to stop weighing herself every day, and she has decided to stop counting calories, which is not going to be helpful, because I think counting calories is the thing at the moment. You feel silly for feeling bad? No, you should never feel silly for empathizing with another human being. Whether they have sinister intentions is on them, not on you as the human. So you're a good human. Well done. Oh, good night, Ingrid. Thanks so much for being here this whole time. Crocodile tears, indeed. No. All right, so next vlog. Where are we? What was that one? That was 8. May 12. So this is the last vlog she did, and I'm just skipping all the other stuff because there's just not as much to talk about. I hate those let's talk videos she does. So this is the 19th of May.
Hey guys, welcome to the weekly vlog. Normally I try my very hardest to start these vlogs like uplifting, but I'm kind of just like going through it right now. And if you guys did not watch my last videos, especially my last weekly vlog, I had to go to the ER. So I'm just gonna do like a short story time. I've been having anxiety about my health, and that made me want to go back on a GLP-1. So then I went to my primary care doctor, called, and they couldn't get me an appointment for a month. That was the soonest one. And then all of a sudden I'm having chest pain on my left side.
Hang on, didn't she make that, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't she make that sound like the appointment from the doctor that was a month away was a follow-up from the ER visit? And now she's saying that was the GLP-1. I don't know if I missed something there. That's seems like a different take to me.
I've never ever felt before. I'm not like a chest pain girly pop. And at my size, the way that I treat my body, which is not good, that's obviously worrisome. My mom agreed, like, we should go get that checked out just in case, because there has been so many times where people think, oh, it's just a pulled muscle. Oh, I just have gas, when they're literally going through something drastically worse. So I ended up going. I went to the ER. They did all these tests. They said you were in the right place and we're gonna get this figured out. I got my blood taken. I got a chest x-ray. I had a CT scan done of my lungs. I had an EKG, all of it. They come back telling me everything looked good. But then you get paperwork before you leave the hospital, explaining your diagnoses and like what to do. And I just like glanced at it and it said my D dimer is elevated, but they didn't mention that to me, which I thought was weird. So I asked the nurse about it. She acted kind of unfazed. I wish I would have asked the doctor, but I did not notice it before the doctor like said goodbye to me. So the nurse told me, make an appointment with your primary care doctor. So literally early this morning, like I did not even sleep. I stayed up because I was at the ER all night last night. So right at 8 a.m. on the dot, when my doctor's office opened, I called and said, is there a slot that's been freed? And I explained to them the situation. They said, no, there's not. You still have your appointment in a month, but we'll put you on the wait list just in case. But you should probably go to urgent care. They were saying how I need an ultrasound on my legs because if I don't have the blood clot in my lung, then it's obviously somewhere else. Since I suffer with lymphedema and lipedema, there's a big chance that it is in my legs. And obviously when urgent care was like saying all these things, it was freaking me out because it was only justifying the fact that I was already freaking out. So when urgent care said, okay, you need to go to the ER, I called the ER first because I'm not just gonna show up because I don't know, is this an emergency or is it not? I don't want to waste anyone's time. So the lady who answered in the emergency department said, I'm not supposed to like give medical advice, but if I were you, I would come in, yes.
So this might be an interesting distinction as well. I don't know about America, but if you go into an emergency room in Australia and say anything surrounding the chest pain kind of situation, you're going to get seen very, very quickly. It's regarded as almost like an emergency in that way. So she went to urgent care as well as ER, yeah. You like to cheer on obese people who are trying to get better? Absolutely, but zero empathy for people who use it to abuse people, yeah. 100% Nocturne, I agree. And she does weaponize it for sure. Same with you with mental illness. You have severe anxiety and BPD. Oh, you do? Oh, you would be a wonderful insight. I haven't experienced BPD, so I'm not. Anxiety, though, I totally understand. But that doesn't mean you can use it as an excuse to be a jerk to others. Yeah, 100%. She's been told by a million times by viewers that a D-dimer is likely due to inflammation. Yeah, I am not well versed on what that one is. I haven't done my little nerd medical thing and looked it up yet, but I've heard that too, that it can be other things. I don't want to repeat misinformation though, so I'm not sure. To be fair, being stuck in the ER all night is not that uncommon. Yeah, I know. I broke my toe once. That was a really, really, really bad break. It was like at a right angle and I was in there for like 7 hours. It was rough, but not if there's chest things here. It's straight in.
I'm sitting here like, what the heck? I have to go back to the emergency room because it's like having elevated D-dimer it does mean that something is wrong. And the fact that urgent care, also my doctor's office, also the emergency room thinks I need to get this figured out now instead of waiting a full month freaks me out. Because not only would I have to wait a full month, but then my primary care doctor would be like, okay, so these are your issues. So that means you need to schedule appointments for all of these things, which sometimes you schedule an appointment for an ultrasound and it's like 2 months away. Like that's just like how it works. Healthcare in the USA is crazy. So I'm being told by all these different professionals, like in a row, to like, go be seen. So now I have to go back to the ER and I just feel scared. I also feel dumb. I don't know. I feel a lot of different ways. And then I signed into my little chart thing and it looks like some of my results are a little off and it definitely scares me. I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like sharing those things. I feel like that's private. I literally was about to go on my laptop and pull it up for you guys, but I feel like I don't need to give all the info on my stuff, but there was a few things that were off and that was one of them was my D-dimer, which is what is causing me to be the most fearful. They were great last night, so I don't want to like say anything bad, but it's just frustrating that I have to go back. Like I genuinely don't want to waste anybody's time.
I was just reading your message, Iron Chef, that if the doctor lets you leave, it's because the level means that there's no emergency. Yeah, and it's hard to tell with Amber because she does tend to over dramatize things in that way. So like things can be elevated but not necessarily dangerous in that way. So potentially that's what we're looking at. I don't know. Mind you, COVID elevated blood clot risk. Yes, I know. Especially someone in her condition, and she does not hydrate properly either. So there's actually several things that make blood clots a very serious risk for her. Whenever you get sick, you go to urgent care. We don't have an urgent care here. It's just the GP or an emergency room. Is urgent care like kind of halfway in between where you can go at any point in the night, but they don't have all of the stuff that is available to an ER? That's what I'm kind of guessing based on context.
But thankfully where I live, there are so many emergency rooms, it's insane. So when I went last night, there was literally nobody there. I felt like the apocalypse. So it's not like I'm taking up another patient's time that they could be like seeing a doctor or something, because that's like something that I do worry about, is like taking up patients' times, doctors' times where they could be taking care of someone else, etc., etc.
You've had COVID 3 times. You do not recommend. Keep that in mind. I have actually managed to not get COVID. Based on what I've learned about Amber Lynn, do you think she's likely to go to therapy and be consistent with it? I think she might be consistent with it. The thing that I would be concerned about with Amber in any sort of therapy situation is that she will not be honest with them, because she's not honest with herself. And I don't know how effective it can be when one party, particularly the important party, is not working to improve. At least that's how it seems at the moment. Oh, it's a private emergency room. Okay. Often cheaper because people... Right, okay. That's interesting to know. And you can be seen by a random GP without having to go to the hospital. Got it. Yeah, thank you. Your healthcare is not even in the ballpark of care anymore. Oh, no. That's not good.
I'm being directed that way, so that's what I'm about to go do. All right, you guys, finally leaving the emergency room. I was here for like 10 hours. They did an ultrasound and they saw no blood clot, so they gave me a number for like a specialist. So I'm gonna call there and schedule an appointment. So we're staying outside of the Denny's. We went to eat here.
Oh, I did not know that was coming. Went to the ER because of a risk of a blood clot because of the condition. Go to Denny's. I don't know what to say about that. That one floored me. Yeah, so that's a thing. Greta, you don't believe she's in therapy, maybe ChatGPT at the most. I know you're being serious, and I think that is plausible. Because I think that any time a therapist would push back and put a little bit of a challenge on her, I don't know how she would respond to that, in all honesty. Yep, Denny's. Yep, that happened. Felonious Angel, I don't think we have Denny's in Australia. Last time I was in a city, there was no Denny's. Don't think so. I just know it's junk food.
For taking me to the hospital twice. It's been a mess.
Yeah, long hours there. We were there from like 4 p.m. to like...
What time is it right now?
midnight.
Yeah.
At the ER. Yeah.
Midnight. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
But
the 2 people recognized you in there.
Oh yeah. And Denny's. No, so there was 2 guys. They were probably what, like 20?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
So they were like, you could tell they were like listening to my TikTok. It was the one that went viral. Well, it's not my TikTok, but I said it in a YouTube video. The one that was like, I asked for an apple, but got 2 chips, whatever. I can't even quote myself because that's not how it goes. And I literally was like, I was like, excuse me? I really did ask for an apple. So
You
then
about died.
I was like, oh my God, is it really you? Can I get a photo? And then when I was leaving, the girl was like, the girl was like, oh my God,
you
can I get a
Amber?
photo? Yeah.
She called you Amber, not Amber Lynn.
Yeah, I get recognized a lot. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I think it's because, like,
Why don't they believe you?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Do we believe her? I think she is noticeable. I think if you're in girl world, you're probably going to notice. No corny jokes either. Sure, Jan.
Why is that weird?
Because I can't go anywhere with you without somebody recognizing you.
Yeah, I think it's like because of the YouTube and because of the TikTok, so it makes it like a double whammy. I don't know, but
Wow.
Mom. Good night. We're going to bed. I can't. Hello. So it is the next day and I'm actually about to do my members live stream. I just have a lot going on. I have a lot in my head and in my brain, whether it's mental or physical, like just my health in general. So I don't really know how this live stream is gonna go. I really wanted to cancel it, but I don't want to let anyone down.
She did cancel it though, didn't she? I'm pretty sure she did a rain check, I'll make it up sometime type deal. You don't believe her? She probably does get recognized, but not the way she makes it seem, and they don't all hit on her.
So I'm gonna do it. And yeah, I appreciate my members. They genuinely always put me in a better mood. So I have really high hopes for this live stream. I'm currently wearing Carmex because my lips are super dry. I got a drink from Chick-fil-A, Diet Dr. Pepper. I need to get a few groceries. I just have been not feeling the greatest, so I haven't done that. I have to go live in 1 minute and 10 seconds, so. All right, you guys, so I had my live stream and I feel a million times better. I went over the 2 hours because I was genuinely just enjoying the time that I was having. I appreciate you guys more than you know.
Oh, maybe that was the last one. I must have been incorrect. No, she did miss a live stream though, just not this one. You forgot. Oh no, I've got the gigs. Sorry, I just read missed the bosses. You're just jealous. It's hilarious.
And I did just also film my weigh-in video. So I have the rest of the night tonight to edit it, process it, export it, upload it, and schedule it for you guys to watch. All right, you guys, so I'm just currently doing some chores right now. Cleaning my toilet, just did some dishes. I actually finished editing my video and it's scheduled. It's literally 2 a.m. right now and I'm just cleaning. But I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm kind of nocturnal right now. So it's crazy how beginning of the day, I just did not feel the greatest at all. But my live stream and editing and just cleaning, I don't know, cleaning is super therapeutic. So we got that.
I think this is another one of those things where this is a statement of something that she wants to be true that is not actually true. I can't see it. It doesn't sound right. Is a guy recovering from crop loading? Smoothies made from organic frozen fruit and plant-based milk's a healthy choice. I think what you need to take into account is, are you having blood sugar issues? Because there's a lot of sugar in frozen fruits. You're definitely going to should be okay depending on how big it is on the calorie front. But if you're still measuring your calories, then you need to take that into account because drinking calories is not super ideal. But in and of itself, just like frozen fruit and like soy milk, yeah, it's fine so long as it's not triggering you in any way. Nothing wrong with that.
Clean. All right, so now I'm gonna go do the litter box. And I might go through more of my clothes to get rid of them. I don't know yet. Okay guys, it is the next day. I have not done my hair or my makeup yet, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do because today is when I film my Let's Talk video and I like to have my hair and makeup done for it. But anyways, I wanna show you a salad that I'm really into right now. I know I could make this at home.
Okay, I haven't seen it. The fact that I can hear a packet when she's saying a salad concerns me. Oat milk is good, yeah. But just bear in mind, Nocturne, I've studied some nutrition and I've done the practical stuff. I am not a healthcare professional. Just putting that out there. Just a bit of a nerd. I like to read things.
Fully aware. No need to point out the obvious, but I'm just getting my handy dandy fork ready here. But I actually talked about this salad in my live stream where I've noticed I've been talking more about things that I don't mention in my videos. Like I mentioned how when they did my lung scan, CT scan, and x-ray, they didn't mention this to me, but when I signed on to my little doodad, like to see all my results, it shows that I'm still suffering with that thing that I was suffering with years ago. Do you guys remember when they were like, oh, you could have lung cancer? Then they changed it to, oh, you have a collapsed lung. And then they changed it to, oh, you have a blood clot in your lung. And then it was, oh no, you have walking pneumonia. Like it was 4 things all within a couple of weeks that they kept changing it to. I guess I still have that because in my results, it shows that I still have it. I don't know what it is. Definitely freaks me out. I talked about it in my live stream and I didn't.
I actually just noticed, maybe because I'm reading the chat as well, but are we looking a little 2019-ish here? I think we're traveling in the wrong direction. You miss cornflakes. What a thing to miss. When you're trying to gain weight, you lived on smoothies. Yeah, smoothies can absolutely be chock full of calories if you do them in a certain way. Thank you so much for the subscription, Wendy. Thank you. Welcome. Be careful about bananas. Yeah. Smoothies between meals. Yes. Yeah. So if it was like a smoothie meal replacement, that's a different thing. Just, I mean, I really think people can get caught up in those, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Like just keep things simple and keep it to more calories out than calories in, unless there's like a medical condition that we need to accommodate for. And like keep it simple like that, unless you're like, you know, a bodybuilder or an athlete, or you're really trying to hone something on that kind of level. You can just keep it simple for the most part.
Even notice that until after I saw my results. It just genuinely like freaks me out. Anyway, so it's a chef salad. It's supposed to come with ham and tomato, but I said no thank you. So this is turkey, there's cheese, tons of lettuce under this, boiled egg, cucumber, little tiny bit of bacon.
Okay. All right. This is a good example of why we say that just because it's a salad does not mean it's healthy. The turkey's fine. But the fact that there is bacon and there are heavy mayonnaise-based dressings there that we can see, and what was the other thing? Cheese. No. This is going to be a lot of calories for her.
It looks like they forgot the best part. Do I have any red onion? I don't think so. Oh, well, that's okay. I love red onion on salad. It does come with 2 ranches, which I used both yesterday, and I realized after shaking it up, that's just like way too much. Like I genuinely wasn't even able to enjoy it because it was so much ranch. So I just need this one for sure. So the ranch is on there, and then I'm sure everyone knows this trick.
Okay. So, fun fact. A tablespoon of that kind of dressing can be 100 calories. Just a tablespoon.
But I'm telling you, best idea ever. Make sure this is closed and then shake it. You gotta shake it for a hot minute. There we go. I edited out most of the shaking, by the way. Salad is complete. I love a chef salad. So I'm sitting here editing. I'm a mess. How did my earring fall out? Anyways, I was sitting here editing my video because I just did my Let's Talk video and I forgot to do my eyebrows today. I just look weird. I was sitting here editing it and I'm like, why do I look so weird? Like, what is happening? And then I put two and two together and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to do my eyebrows. So then I like went all the way to the beginning of the video and I did like a disclaimer for my eyebrows. Who knows why? Okay guys, so I was in the shower and I remembered in my live stream, people were like, oh my God, your hair is just...
Okay, so that first Amber video that I have totally been working on for like over a month now. I had to watch 13 hours of her footage for this one video and I got a little stuck in it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, she's been doing this shower thing. Like, I've just gotten out of the shower since the first year, actually since the first month. This has been going on. This is not new. High calorie ranch salad is basically junk food. Yeah, it is. It is 100%. And gluten is not automatically healthy. That's absolutely correct. And gluten really only matters if it's a medical thing anyway.
Looking so much better. What do you use? I was in the shower tonight doing my hair and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just show it in a vlog? So I use the Pantene Moisture shampoo and conditioner. It's the rehydration kind and I'm telling you, I like this shampoo and conditioner above any of the ones that I've used recently throughout the year, trying to figure out how to make my hair better. Not only that, but I always use this Chi Silk Infusion. It's just an oil. You can put it to damp.
You know what makes hair better? Appropriate hydration.
Hair, you can put it to dry hair. Depending on how much you use, like right when you use it, you're like, oh my God, my hair is gonna be oily. Oh no, it literally, the oil dries and it just leaves your hair so shiny. And on top of that, if I wanna use heat to my hair, which I never used to do my whole life, I would never use a protectant. I know, that's bad. Now I use the Chi 44 Iron Guard. It's a thermal protection spray, so I use this as well. I recommend Chi, I recommend Pantene, but do remember everyone's hair is different. Also, an update, at the beginning of this vlog, you guys saw that I had to go back to the hospital because it was literally directed to me to. And the referral paper they gave me, I have called that number like literally upwards to 20 times. I've called at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, and they have not answered. I'm gonna keep trying because it is like a referral center for me to see a specialist. I'm not sure what type of specialist, but they were like very direct of like, please call this number. So I am gonna keep trying that. And by the way, as you guys know, my doctor's appointment's in a month. I have received 3 text messages from my doctor's office saying, okay, this is your doctor's appointment, but now there's an opening. And I'm telling you, I try to respond to it as quick as possible. Today, I responded to it 3 minutes after it was sent to me. I was like, accept, I'll take the new appointment, which would only be in like a few days. I was literally too late. Someone responded quicker than me. That literally shocked me because 3 minutes? But who knows? I've received a few of those text messages, so I'm sure I'll receive more. And the next one I get, I'm gonna try to respond so fast. Hello. So I think it's been a couple days. I didn't vlog yesterday. So yeah, it has been a couple days. Hello. It is Friday. So I'm getting ready to actually go to bingo with my mom. And I am a little triggered, I guess you could say the word is. Fridays are usually the day where I vape.
Greta, you nearly gave me a spit take there. I'm like hydrating back here. Yeah, it looks like it could have just had some stuff sprayed in it. Definitely looks seriously 2019. Yeah, I think maybe we're not quite there because she gets a strange pointiness to her cheeks, but I think we're heading there and that's not good. She reminds you of your female cousin who used to be close to as a kid. She was like your little sister and her mother ruined her. Wow. Yeah, wow. That's rough. You're a dude with long hair and her hair looks damp.
And I go to bingo a little high and it feels good. I'm relaxed. It's just been like a pattern, a habit. It's what I do. But when I saw my results and I saw that I still have that little lung thing, which I don't understand like what it is. But when I saw like the results with my own eyeballs and I saw that I still had that, I immediately threw away my vapes. I know I shouldn't be vaping anyways.
Yeah, no, she absolutely should not be vaping because we know that that's a trigger for her to crop load. Hey, Laylin. Nice to see you here, everyone. Laylin has a YouTube channel and does a fair whack of Eugenia content if you were interested. She lies about everything. She certainly does.
Someone who is my size, but seeing that just like confirmed it for me that like I should not be vaping. So I just feel a little bit triggered, but I'm no longer gonna vape. I threw them away like 4 days ago. It's hard. It is. It's like I'm realizing that I relied on that feeling, and it wasn't just Fridays that I would vape. It's Fridays that I would vape the most when I leave my house because I do not vape indoors. I vape when I take Twinkie out. I vape if I'm waiting for DoorDash, and it's just like become a part of my ritual.
Okay, so I like that she's acknowledging this about herself. I think this kind of self-awareness matters. What I don't want to see is in 4 weeks she's decided to take it up again.
And now I can't do it, and it's just like a weird triggering feeling where I'm like damn, I relied on vaping, and that's like hard to like wrap my head around, but that's okay. We're gonna get through it together. I just need to continue making these like better choices for my body. So for me, my favorite games are the ones where we get to choose our own numbers. So this is a You Pick 'em letter X, and then they do this one at the end of the night. It's just like a You Pick 'em bingo. Usually I do one, okay, so this is embarrassing to even admit. So there's 75 numbers that you can choose from, but you only get to choose 63. So I like to choose 1 through 75. So what I do is I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll put them randomly, and then that means there's 12 numbers that I cannot use, and then I'll add them over here. But this time I decided to try something different.
I feel like she explains bingo to us like every week. You've gotten the impression that she's smoking or vaping way heavier than we realized for several years, and it can be tricky if you're prone to cross addiction. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Amy, thanks so much for the sub. Welcome aboard. And I think with Amber, we know that one triggers the other, but you can see the pattern, right? This is every single part, whether it's the food, whether it's the shopping, whether it's the vaping, it's all about that instantaneous feeling better. And I've been harping on this for a while now about Amber and Candy, and probably Eugenia too. There's no self-soothing setup that's actually beneficial or of any sort of quality that won't harm in that way.
And just choose numbers that I actually like a lot. And by the way, this bingo hall, you can talk as much as you want because they have these loud like fans for the cigarette smoke. See, like those like all over the place, so you can like yap the whole time. Because me and my mom talk the whole time, me and my friend, so we do a lot of talking. Plus the people who work here will chime in with us and stuff. So yeah, it's a really nice environment. I love it. My hair looks a mess. What is going on? Come on, B6. Big up. Okay, guys. So
she's cute. She's so adorable. Oh, Mama Lynn. I've actually heard that it's really tricky to quit vaping too, especially if it's the nicotine ones. I think the amount of nicotine is so much higher. I don't know. I'm a teetotaler. I don't do anything. I am boring. I play with chickens.
So I have been home from bingo for about an hour now. So before I went to bingo, I actually super chatted Keemstar on his LOL Cow Live. LOL Cow Live, excuse me. The way he reacted was everything. Keem, stop being so butthurt that I have not gone on your show. It genuinely cracked me up. I'm not gonna lie about it. He wants me bad. But I was already in LOL Cow Queens, and I admitted to them that, you know what? If any of these shows I was gonna be on them, it would be Queens. I don't think I would ever be a host. It doesn't seem like really my thing because I really want to focus on my channel, obviously. Like, I've had you guys for 13 years. But to pop in there every now and then, it might be something that, I don't know. I'm conflicted. There's so many people who want me to do it and so many people who are like, Amberlynn, don't do it. So anyways, a couple days ago, my mom actually called me and she was like, Amber, I got something for you. Oh? Okay, well, hello to you too. Years and years and years ago, I'm telling you, like 2 decades ago, my mom was obsessed with cherries. She had cherry everything. Random fact, she even has a cherry tattoo. And I also love cherries, as you know. So my mom found this and bought it for me and surprised me with it. Isn't it so freaking cute? So I have to take off this sticker from the bottom here and I'm gonna set it on my bookshelf. It's literally gonna be perfect. Like, isn't that so sweet?
So on the one hand, I think it's hilarious when she buys into the girl world memes because they're obviously not made in her favor. But then on the other hand, I'm like, well, you know, make it yours, I suppose. But it's like the same with the "Why Are You So Obsessed With Me" sweatshirt. Nice, Nocturne, you managed to kick it. That's great. Do chickens play duck, duck, goose? I think that's speciesist, Leylin. Don't bring that to my chat. Big cherry. Big? Yeah. I mean, you know, she's making it hers. Good for her.
Like, oh my god, where should I put it? Like, right here? Ah, so freaking cute. Isn't that so sweet? You know what? I kind of want you guys to see it while I'm filming, because I film here a lot. Right there, or maybe right here. Oh, okay, yes. Perfect next to wasabi.
I feel like I've dropped some IQ points from watching this. Does anybody care?
Hey, boy. All right, you guys, hello. It is the next day. I'm wearing the same earrings as yesterday because, I don't know, they might be like my new favorite. Oh, my mom's calling. Oh, wait, okay, never mind. I think it was a mistake because she just ended the call with me. So I'm actually about to go babysit my step niece and nephew. But before that, my mom said she wants to go get a drink from 7-Eleven. So we're gonna do that. And then after I babysit, my mom is going to this like convention for her sobriety and she invited me. So I'm really excited. There's a, what? Hi. And I don't know, I'm really excited. And we get to celebrate my mom's sobriety today. I'm trying to decide between a Gatorade Zero or water.
Water, always water. There's so much sodium in those sports drinks. And unless you are very unwell or it is a really hot day and you're sweating a lot or you're an athlete, you should not be drinking those drinks, especially if you have lymphedema. She's trolling and acts like it's a true story. Yeah. Amy, she didn't quit Ozempic yet. She was declined by the company she wanted to go through. So she's still trying to get on it at this point. There's a video of a chicken singing opera. I've seen those. You've never seen a singing chicken, but your grandpa showed you how to hypnotize them. Sometimes they can hypnotize themselves too.
Leaning towards water. So I'm gonna get one of these guys.
Good night, Flooney's Angel. Thanks so much for coming in.
Like a regular braid that starts up here?
Yeah.
Do you want it tight?
Yeah.
Where's the hair tie?
She got me this one and then put this over it.
I'm doing a braid. Yeah. This Barbie is sober. That's what her shirt says.
Cute.
Yes, very much.
Well, that looked like a healthy choice. Good relationship with food there. You hate those sports drinks? You love a loose leaf tea water. Lymphedema is an irregular swelling of the leg where your lymph system does not circulate properly and drain the fluid, and it results in a large fluid collection, I suppose. However, Amber's, I think, is actually a severe complication of her lipedema, which is an unusual fatty deposit. When those get out of control and the diet and lifestyle are not correct, you can get an additional condition because the fat essentially blocks the drainage of the lymphatic tissue, and it causes a lymphedema on top of the lipedema. It's a mouthful, isn't it? But all of these foods and all of these drinks, none of this is good for those conditions. They are technically incurable, but they can be managed really well.
It's currently hailing and it's hitting my window. I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Yes, pretty much due to the bad circulation caused by the lipedema.
It was the next day. You guys, I had nothing to drink. Literally even ran out of water. I do not like these at all, but I still have them sitting in my fridge.
Literally ran out of water, even though there was water in the tap, and so we're going to go for a soft drink that we don't even like.
It's the Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar. So I was like sipping on it with a straw. It's not good at all. So I'm actually getting ready to go to the vet, but I just wanted to tell you, yesterday was an amazing day. It was a private personal day, so I did not vlog, but I had so much fun and it was just a really great time. And by the way, there is not going to be a weekly Amazon haul in this vlog because I haven't bought anything from Amazon, and there's also not going to be a weekly Lego update because I have not built.
Should we celebrate no haul and no Lego? Do you think there'll be no Oracle as well? Double diva. Oh my god. We cannot coin that. That is not okay, Nocturne. Yeah, I think there might be, and again, it just comes back to that, is it a potential gambling problem? It comes back to that instant gratification thing, dopamine, serotonin, fun stuff, endorphins rather.
Any Lego. I've just been busy and I don't know. By the way, I've had Scentbird. I haven't really talked about it for a while now. You guys, this company is amazing. I get a new one of these things every single month. I'm like prescribed to like the highest part where I get like 5 perfumes. So they're just samples and then you put them in here. I guess I could show you guys my collection. Just not right now because I have to leave soon. So I like to keep one in my makeup bag. I keep one in my purse. I keep one by the door. And then I also get the like really like itty bitty samples that are like literally like this big. It's just a really cool way. Scentbird, by the way, is what it is. It's a really cool way to like find new perfume. I love it. All right, you guys, so it is tarot time.
Yeah, we're gonna get Oracle, and I think we're gonna do that one as skip my nuggets. We do have kombucha, but I am not familiar enough with it to tell you whether it's good or not. Also, America allows high fructose corn syrup, whereas Australia does not allow that in anything. So I would need to see the label, but if you're looking at it, look at the calories, look at the sugar, look at the sodium, and compare that to the recommended daily intake column. Your hubby, oh, you want to take your hubby to bingo? Just keep him from buying those daily numbers. I'm too cheap to gamble. You wish she would consider talking about a show. Yeah. It's just, Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough watch. The vlogs are not. I mean, I think the vlogs are the best of the content, but they're not jam packed full of content. You like bingo? I've never been to bingo. I would go. I would give it a go. Prescribed. Yes, she's prescribed, not subscribed. You're writing them all down. Did you catch the Saul? Like she saw something, but it's SAWL, Saul. She did that one too. There's a lot. There's a lot. All right, that's all the clucks I have. I nearly said the real word. That's all the clucks I have left to give to get today, my nuggets. I will definitely be doing these live streams more regularly, so you'll see me around, and I'll work out how to be able to skip. I'll figure something out there, so hopefully it'll be better. But it looks like the quality of the stream held up well, which is what I was concerned about with my internet. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming in and talking and staying for so long. I'm absolutely astounded. I really appreciate it. And thank you for helping me get to 5,000 subscribers. It's amazing. I have a Eugenia video at the moment that is halfway through editing, so that will be the next one out. And we'll just go through the cycle after that. So long as nothing springs up again, but who knows with Eugenia at the moment. Have a bingo game with all her isms. It's a good idea. All right, have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon or wherever you are. I will catch you next time. Bye.